Okay, so I'm now going to talk a little bit about after I've kind of started playing around with Fusion. I went and looked for videos like instructional how-tos and that, and I think this is another important factor because if you've got a good source of uh, support and instruction, it'll make the job so much easier. Okay, and when I download Fusion, I started messing around with it. I found this guy called Lars Christensen on YouTube. He's brilliant, really good teacher, really kind of methodical, easy to follow. He's got tons and tons of great videos. And actually, I started my kind of like the first thing I done was he's got this absolute beginner guide to Fusion, where he um, he starts modeling. He models I think it's let me just. He's got a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So he models this. He just takes you through it. It's really simple to follow. Um, and it got, as soon as I modeled this, it took me about an hour, something like that, and I had to go back and forward, and there was a few things. But after I'd done that, you kind of get into the swing of things, and you get an understanding of um, how to start modeling in a simple format, anyways. But as I said, Fusion's quite intuitive. It's not overly complex, and you can go in and have a play. And I would highly suggest you go in and just have a play and a mess about and see what things do. Um, and actually an important point because later on when we talk about there's a timeline in Fusion and a lot of CAD tools where it gives you your points of reference in time, and you can go back all the way back to the beginning if you wanted to make a change, and that change would then stem through all the following points in the timeline, and but it can cause. I won't go into the detail of it now, but when you do that, it can cause problems because because your change has an impact on anything that comes after it, basically that you've already done, which is called that's the basis of parametric modeling. So, anyways, go in and have a play, and follow a couple of the videos, and they will really help you get through, and if you've got ideas or questions, you can go back to it as well, just to try and figure out how if you want to do something. Okay, okay, just another thing before I actually go in and show you Fusion. Um, there's something I bought, which this is it's called a space mouse. Okay, and basically what it is it's a multi-axis mouse, and it helps you control the CAD because there's so many axes in CAD, and moving it around with just a normal mouse is actually really hard. So with this, is all it is the movement. There's a couple. It's just for movement. There's a couple of buttons. There's a button on either side, just here, and that's my shortcut button, which I'll show you about in the next video. Okay, so there's that which helps control. There's also a proper CAD mouse. It's got 3 buttons on it there. The middle one's pan, and then it's got some additional buttons in here. So this, I've actually bought these as a package. It comes also with a mouse mat and some little kind of cases. Um, it's expensive, I think it was about, I think it's 180, 190 pounds, but for productivity, it is up there. As soon as you get used to it, it's great. You can move around because CAD's so visual, and you kind of have to get involved and look. And does this look quite right, or should I move this? Or, you know, it really helps with productivity, and it actually makes the sort of the CAD process more free flowing. So it's expensive. I wouldn't buy it to start with, but I knew that I was going to get use out of it, and I'd used them before as well. So I bought that. Now you can actually see on here is this is the website here. You can see the pack that it comes with. Okay, so and right, I'm gonna stop this one. I'm gonna start another one for the Fusion part. Okay.